What's up, everybody? Welcome to 2022. I know many of you guys are very excited about this new year. Many of us are looking to do very, very big things. So today's episode, CeCe and I, we're going to go over some of the things, some of the resolutions, or some of the things that couples should include in this New Year's resolution, if you haven't done so. So stay tuned.
What's going on, guys? It's your girl CeCe. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology podcast. I am your girl, your host, CeCe. Happy to see you guys. Happy New Year. And I am joined by my husband.
Hi, this is Will, and you probably noticed it already.
Oh my God.
She sounds different.
Grungy.
We are both recovering from... We weren't feeling well.
From a cold, yes.
So excuse the scratchy voice, and mine probably is. But welcome back. It's the new year. We missed you guys.
Listen.
And yes, we're gonna have a good year. I agree. We're gonna have a good year. You know, 2022 is already throwing up a few tricks, trying to knock us down, but we're not gonna stay down. So welcome back to another episode, and this is a weekly podcast where we talk about
love, family, relationships, parenting, and everything else that's going on around the world. We're gonna talk about it. Okay. Hey guys, what's up? Yes, please. I apologize for my voice. It's really getting on my nerve. I had a cold last week, and listen, it's been knocking me down, but I'm not staying down. I'm making sure that I drink my tea, okay? My good lemon and honey tea, do what I got to do to knock this cold out. But yes, what's going on? So as you guys know, before we get into the topic of the day, we like to go into our blissful moment. For those of you who are new, hello. Glad to have you on here. So, babe, what is your blissful moment? I know what mine is.
Well, it was a good New Year.
It was a good New Year.
We had a good New Year day.
We sure did.
We spent lots of time with the family, the kids. We were healthy up until last week.
Up until his birthday. Let's just throw it this way.
Yes, but it was good. Obviously, I got sick around my birthday, but I recouped pretty quick. Well, I'm not fully there yet, but the day of my birthday wasn't too good. I mean, I spent the whole day in bed, but the day after started getting better. So it's been like 4 days. No, it's been 5 days now since. So I'm better.
Yeah.
These things when they hit you, it kind of take a little bit at a time. And as it's the flu season, there's this cold going out there, and somehow I caught it. So, hey, what can I say? Life happens. But you know what? I'm here, and I'm grateful.
And you're well?
At least I don't sound like her.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt. But let me just say, before this man was sick, I was fine, okay? And then you guys know how it is. When your husband or your wife is sick, then they're going to pass it along. And
sharing is caring.
No, my brother said he is not sharing. One thing he said when he told me about the cold, he's like, I don't share my cold, so therefore I'm keeping it all to me. And the thing that we have been doing here, we make sure the girls are stayed away from us. So the girls have been good by the grace of God. But it's just the fact that it really got me. Last weekend, I was just in bed drinking tea and coffee, and coffee, just trying to get me up. But yes, like we said before, the holiday was great. We had a great New Year. Unfortunately, my husband was sick on his birthday. Last weekend was his birthday on the 9th of January. Unfortunately, he was not well, and we couldn't do anything, which sucks. The girls was not so happy, but hey, listen, I'd rather have him here and, home taken care of and not being here. So I'm glad that he's feeling all better. with all the good tea that I've given him with some really hot liquor. Y'all know how it is as the Caribbean girl. We'll make sure you put some hot rum in there, some Bamako, you know, some Cinque d'Étoile. But yeah, so thanks to my parents and my mother-in-law was telling me what to do. Make sure we put some, some good stuff in there to get ourselves back together. Mine is coming out. I'm getting better, but yeah, it's all good. We're looking forward to the 2022 and got nothing on us.
Yes.
We ready for you. Took us down a week. Now we're back.
No, we weren't down. We were just on the side.
We just couldn't really up.
Yes.
So now, guys, let's talk about today's topic.
So resolution is a big thing. At the beginning of every year, this is the time that if you had already made your resolution, you are trying to carry on with the plan. If you hadn't made it yet, you're still trying to piece it together. But anyway, I think as couples, there's some very specific things that couples must do as they make this plan together.
Yes, no, but the thing is, good thing up for us is that we didn't wait until the new year. We did ours October, November beginning. Yeah, we wanted to make sure last year, 2021, that we're not going to wait until the new year to plan for our new year vision board and all that. We wanted to make sure that a couple months before the new year, we worked on everything that we needed to do and we got that taken care of. And it was so helpful. But yeah, it's like a lot of couples, they really start around this time. That's when they start thinking about New Year's resolutions. No matter how great your relationship is, it can always be better. Don't you agree, baby?
Oh yes. It can always be better. And this is where when you build plans, you got to make sure that that those plans are helping you be that.
Yes.
Yeah. So building that plan together is important because as a couple, the plan is just not the husband or the wife. It's our plan.
It is.
And you gotta put it together. So when you sit in, you don't think of just what I know. It's more like we
gotta do. Yes, what we need to do. Make it fun, make it exciting, right? Because I think one thing my husband did and what my husband and I did last year, 2021, is that we went by the beach. We made it fun. We went by the beach. We sat by the water and we're just talking. And I had my laptop with me. Oh, yeah, his laptop. And I was taking notes. So it wasn't like us sitting here in the office just writing things down and trying to come up with ideas. We went by the water, which y'all know I do pretty well by the water.
Yeah, so she's a water lady.
I'm a water girl. I don't know if that makes sense, but yes. But we went by the water and we sat there and we spent about an hour.
Just about an hour. Now our New Year's planning must have been different than most because we did a look back at the year. We looked at the businesses we had, the processes we had in place, where we failed because we had a plan for last year and there were certain things that didn't quite work out the way we wanted. And
part of it is because COVID.
Some of it we didn't focus on the right thing.
Let's just blame it all on COVID, okay? 2020.
So we took some time and go over, we went over the all 2021 up until the point where we were sitting down to see how we did. And then based on how we did, we kind of looked at, okay, now that we know some of the issues we ran into 2021, both business and personal, and how do we want to shape 2022? And then we built our plan around that. And then we had another conversation a couple of weeks after just to make sure that things still make sense.
Right.
So we went really all in. And obviously everything's written down with timeline broken down for the different businesses and personally what we want to do this year. The things that we want to do for my birthday, obviously, because that didn't happen. So she owes me.
I'll make it up to you.
Check for that birthday.
Listen, I'm not Mother Nature.
Rain check.
Mother Nature somehow made you sick.
Yeah,
but go ahead. Definitely agree. Let's talk about the number one goals that we want to go over is you want to have like a healthier communication. What do you mean by that, babe?
Well, I think as a couple, one of the things that can get in the way is that we're not communicating with each other the right way.
Well enough, right.
And if we, as part of our plan, we have to make sure that we we set some guidelines or some expectations in communication. One thing that CeCe and I looked at is when we need to address things with each other, let's keep some of the emotions out. No one is shutting off on each other.
Listen,
if I say something you don't like, we can still talk about it. Don't be like, and then you shut off and you go out on your way. No. We need to be
trying, okay? My emotional get in the way.
We need to be able to do it. Now, I have a big ego, and sometimes I want my way.
Of course you do.
Sometimes I'll defend my point until I win.
Achieve.
But going at things with an open-minded approach allows me to understand better, as opposed to keep throwing my way onto her. So yeah, when it comes to communication, that's important, because many of us can really get caught up in our own way, and we can't hear a thing the other person is saying.
Yes, and that I do fight back.
Yeah, some people's got issues. What can I say?
And I think it's needed. You gotta fight back to make sure that you voice your opinion and to have a clear communication, understanding
and value the other person's perspective, because things can always be done more than one way. And when you approach things with the mindset that the other person's perspective may be just as good as yours, it allows you to at least take in what they have to say and maybe go with it. Yeah.
Maybe
go with it.
Maybe. But yeah, I definitely agree. So let's talk about the second one that I want to touch on, is to manage money like a team, right? So the first one is communication. As always, communication is like the number one thing in every relationship. If you don't have it, you're not going to succeed. Bottom line. Period. Okay. The second thing we want to talk about is manage money like a team. So it's definitely something that we all should be doing, but it can be tough.
Yeah, money has some bad habits.
Yeah.
So you gotta manage it well, but you gotta manage it together. And it's building it into the plan is make sure that you have an income plan. What do you want to make? Plan for your expenses. What should we be spending money on?
Right.
And obviously, if you're planning on doing any investment, but do all those together. Make it a we plan.
Right. I like that. That's a good idea.
Make a we plan, because
which we do here.
You may want to make X amount of money. I may want to make X amount of money. But if there's that big discrepancy in what we want to make as a couple, then that becomes issues. Or maybe you want to spend X amount of money.
Right.
And I don't want to spend any money at all.
You that cheap old man.
So, but it's good to sit and look, okay, especially when it comes to big expenses, because there are certain things that couples may have to get throughout the year. And obviously think of some of the things that maybe you didn't expect. If you own a home, you got to think of maybe the AC is probably an older AC, and it'll probably go sometime this year. So that's $5 to $10 grand, depends on how big your house is. Maybe $5 to $20 grand, depends on how big your house is. Look at some of the appliances you have. Do you have any that's like on the last leg? So look at your cars. All of those things that may be huge expenses. Look at them. And maintenance in your house. All of these things are important.
True.
And obviously leisure spending.
Listen, I am all about the leisure spending, okay? Because my husband this is where manage money like a team works for both of us, because he would have his money, right? Meaning that we have our money together, and then we'll split whatever you want to use. You can use whether if it's $200 or $300 for your wallet, and then whatever if it's $200 for my wallet. Then we both know how much money we have for the month, and then we can spend that, which is like, okay, babe, we're gonna split this $500 a month, both of us, for the month, and that way we have an idea as to what we're spending. Whatever you're spending on is your money. You could do whatever you want to do with it. But don't go into the saving and start like pulling out an extra $100, a couple
we
thousand.
Set those little leisure funds on the side that allows you to buy the little things you want and not have to touch on money that are for other things.
Right.
So, and that's something we've been doing for years, and that helps. Like,
Yes.
if she has to go out and do what she wants, as long as she's spending her leisure money, we're good.
But let me be honest. Sometimes I'll be like, babe, listen, I spend more than what. Sometimes I would ask him, I need an extra 100 because if it's a month where I gotta get my nails or my hair done, then we might need an extra couple $100, in that. Yeah. And it doesn't happen every month, but this is where we come together as a team where we are communicating with each other, letting each other know that, hey, I'm short here, so therefore I'm letting you know that I'm going to add a few into my leisure account, which is like a best way of communicating and managing your money.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's been working.
It's been working.
But she always spends more than I do.
That's what we do. We ladies. We need stuff.
Anyway.
You don't have to get your hair done twice a month.
I do. It's just not as expensive as yours.
True. All right. So the next key point that we want to talk about is to create a foundation of trust. Listen, this is a big one.
Don't give your partner reasons not to trust you. I leave it at that. Just don't do things to lose their trust.
Yeah, this is something that we've been married for 10 years plus, going on 13 years, 14 years this year.
You keep track, I don't. So if you can get the year right.
Yeah, listen, it's been over a decade, okay? Let's put it that way. We have so much trust in our relationships where we don't hold nothing from each other, whether if it's money, whether if it's someone that you think is flirting. I'm just kidding about that. Whether if it's money, whether if it's like whatever it is, we talk about it because we feel like this is how we built our relationship, because every relationship has to build from trust. If there's no trust, then how are you going to be able to manage this relationships? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that trust is important. And obviously be there emotionally to support each other. We all go through moments where we need each other emotionally. Be there for that person.
Yeah.
Be supportive and try to be as understanding as you can. And offer, even if all that you can offer is to sit there and listen. Offer that. Yeah, that goes a long way because that opens you to whatever craziness they have going on in their lives, and you'll seek for a way to understand and maybe give them some guidance or maybe help them through it.
Yeah, especially as we're getting older, you want to be able to trust your partner even more.
Yes.
Because you don't want to be like, oh my God, I don't know whether if she really doing what she said she's doing or if he's really doing what he said he's doing, then we're going to have an issue. Like if you can't really trust your partner like that, then it will not work out. Trust me.
Listen, if you have a partner you can't trust, there's a little device that Apple sells.
Oh my God. Seriously, baby?
It's a little tracking thing.
Don't do that.
You
sometimes give our audience the bad advice.
If you have Apple devices, you can just record it and stick it in their purse or their wallet. They won't even know it's there. Stick it in the car. You'll be able to track where they go.
Don't do that. That's like, well, where's the trust here? Where's the trust? If you're doing that to your man, where's the trust?
If you have
your woman.
Doubts, but as you sit and build the plan, those are some of the things you can bring up, especially if you had instances in the previous year where you felt, you know what, maybe you weren't there, maybe we had that issue.
Yeah,
bring this up and see how we can do better this year to make sure that we not only support each other but reestablish that trust if you lost it, or strengthen it if you've already had it but there were some issues. Right. But really open up, set some expectations. You know what? Those are the things that I'm expecting. This is what had happened that I didn't like and it caused me to have doubted you. Help them understand or help her understand what it is that caused that.
Right.
And in the end, you'll be able to To not have to buy that Apple device and stick it in their personal wallet to check where they going, what they do.
He's right about that, but I don't know about the Apple one, the Apple device. Please don't do that. I forgot
the name of the little thing. It's a neat little thing though.
It doesn't matter. Don't do that, babe. Really? We're not doing this here.
It's good for your keys.
We're not doing this here. No. Do you do that to me? Do I have that? Do I need to check my purse? My
no,
keys?
You don't. But don't give me reasons to buy some. They're not that expensive.
I never do it. I never will. So,
but here's one thing that's very important.
Okay, what is that?
Build a healthier sex life in your relationship. That's important.
Okay, baby, where you going with this?
Well, lately there's with all that's been going on in our lives, a lot of people are finding themselves very stressful. A lot of people are finding themselves like worrying about so many things that they're forgetting the fact that they're human and they're in a relationship. And when you get so caught up in what's happening, you can forget to be intimate with your partner. And if you are not, issues will start creeping up.
That's right.
Remember, intimacy was invented by God for a reason.
That's right. Through Adam and Eve.
And if you're not fulfilling that,
there's a problem.
Yes. So build a healthier sexual relationship with your partner.
There you go.
Now, I know many people sometimes have difficulty talking about sex. Learn to talk about it. Maybe read up on stuff. There are books out there you can read on how to best handle your sexual life with your partner. If you're getting older, you feel like you need some assistance, get some assistance. Because at the end of the day, that's something that's important for both of you.
Yeah.
I know sometimes men, our egos can get in the way and we don't want to approach the subject because we felt, approach it, deal with it, take care of your partner, take care of your woman, and the woman take care of man as well. We both have things that we need out of that.
That's right.
But hey, listen, but it started and you can throw that communication piece in there as well, because if you're not talking about it, you're not dealing it.
Right.
Yeah, if you're not talking about it, you're not dealing with it.
Yeah.
Which means if you're not having it enough, but if you're not having it that often, which means it's never a subject of your conversation. Because I tell you, once you start talking about it, you start having it, or you start doing it. But make sure this is part of the plan for this year. You're gonna satisfy your partner the best you could, and you're gonna make sure that you keep it interesting, keep it light, keep it spicy. Life is about enjoying the moment with the people you love, and that's one way to enjoy it. Now, do other things as well. It's not all about this one, but this one's important, if you know what I mean.
That's right.
I know she knows it's important to her as well.
That's why I have no comments. I want to add, remove anything. You said all.
Yes.
You said it all, baby.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Someone's got to say it all.
Yeah, and you just did.
Yeah, so create an environment where you both really respect each other.
Absolutely.
And not just respect where you're not cursing your partner. I'm talking about respect them, respect their opinion, value their
dreams,
opinion,
their goals,
respect their dreams and goals. Yes, and especially as you build the plan for the year, you guys will have goals together. But sometimes you find one partner may want to get something done that I may not want to do anything.
Right.
There's certain things CeCe wants to do for her business, although she hires me with no pay for me to do some work.
I do pay you.
But they kind of her thing.
Y'all know where I pay them.
But even if your partner's dream and goals are not yours, but be supportive, but respect them.
Yes, I definitely agree, because I think this is something that's really big, especially for us ladies, where we want our partner's support. We want our husbands, our boyfriends, fiance, our man's support, right? Like me, I'm a dreamer. I'm constantly thinking about ways to improve my businesses, ways of growing the businesses, not adding, but more like ways of bringing things up. And I would bring it up to my husband and we would sit down and talk about it. And this is why it's so important, because we value our man's opinion. We value y'all opinions. And I know y'all don't care sometimes because your ego gets in the way, because you do what you want to do, regardless if we said yes or no. But my point is, I'm speaking for the ladies, because when we want to do something, it makes us feel like, okay, babe, I want to start this business, but I want X, Y, and Z. I need your support. And if you're someone who don't care, then it's going to feel like, what I needed from you didn't give me what I it's going to feel like you don't really appreciate what I'm bringing up to you, or it's going to feel like you don't care, basically.
Yeah.
Because if I bring up something to you that is so important to me about my goals, my future, my business, and you don't show any appreciation, you don't show any attentions to me about it, then that can definitely let us down. So this is something that's really big, and I really hope that you take the time to listen to your spouse when they bring up any ideas about their dreams, their careers, and just listen. It doesn't take long to listen. Sit your butt down and listen.
It doesn't. I had to learn to do that last year. Listen more than I speak. So.
Listen, this man said I should listen for so much that he had, at some point he was talking to someone, he said, listen. Remember when you were telling me this? You were telling me that you were talking to someone and you said, listen. And I think you said it because you heard me say it to you so many times.
Yeah.
Where it ended up being like something that you say now.
So, but yeah, it doesn't take much to listen. And if you listen, you'll learn. So do that for your partner. It's important.
Yes, and that is definitely important. And I know we definitely want to touch on create your own family culture. Listen, when you get married, you have the opportunity to create an entirely new family culture, right? And it's so important for you to start, doing your own little thing with your family, and it's important. And yeah, sometimes we bring the grandmas into our own new culture, and they enjoy that. I know my mom, one thing she used to love in the past, party, cooking. And lately she doesn't care anymore. I think it has to do with this man, because my husband is not a big fan when it comes to the cooking and the partying at the home.
It's too much work. I like to keep things simple. But going over the culture, like there's a lot of things we started doing with our children.
A lot of rituals.
Little rituals, activities that we do. And that's, I know last year, one thing that we've done, we made it a point to make sure that we always eat at the table together at the end of the day. On Wednesday, we get food out at a certain place. And
Friday night we have our movie nights that we've been doing for years. Yeah, like almost.
So there's other things in during the holidays, like for
years.
instance the Christmas holiday, the New Year's holiday. We about 2 years ago we started doing something different where we stayed home with the kids. We do our own little activities. And in New Year's Day, because of this woman's birthday, there's certain things that we do, but those kind of become the things that we do. So this year, part of our plan involved setting schedule for when we go out and when we take the kids out, because it's something that we didn't do for the last 2 years
because of COVID.
So when you do these things, it helps you set your own thing for your own family, and it kind of becomes the expectations. And I'll tell you, those are the moments that we'll remember. Sometimes it's not the gifts or the expensive things we give to each other.
It's the time we spend together.
It's the time we spend together. So make that for your family. It's important.
Yes. You said we started with gingerbread last year. We never had a gingerbread house
we ate
before.
That gingerbread for about a week and a half. We were chipping away at that little thing.
But it was good though. It was
Yes,
good.
it was.
Next year we're gonna make a whole new one from scratch. Okay, we're gonna start learning this, and let's start in July.
Well, I'm not into baking, so if anyone's gonna do it,
You're gonna be part of it,
It's
baby.
hard.
We'll include you in there.
well, I help with the decoration.
You
of
did
the
help with the
gingerbread
icing.
houses, yes.
And then you did put the little candies on the house, which was good.
They
But
call them candy? They were hard.
They were candy. They were hard candies.
Mm.
Yeah, they were good. The gingerbread was really good. The gingerbread house was really good. Listen, I couldn't stop thinking about the little gingerbread man. I couldn't stop thinking about it, but
From the Shrek movie.
from the Shrek
right?
movie, yes. I couldn't stop thinking about it, but I was like, it was good. It was good. So, the last one we want to say before we wrap up the podcast is, stay best friend forever. Make sure that's something that you have on your goals for this year. We are best friends forever, right?
Yes. No, that doesn't mean she won't get on my nerves certain times. So
That's
when
what best
she
friends
does.
do.
But yes, we're good. Learn to put away our differences. I think that's very
I
important.
thought he was going to say learn to put up with their crap.
I was going to say that. That's my next thing. Learn to tolerate some of their crap. Now, not every crap. There are certain ones you got to say, hey, don't do that anymore. But we all have little things that we do that annoys each other. That doesn't mean we have to get pissed about them. No, we maybe we can help them change. Hoping we can learn to tolerate them.
Yeah.
But you gotta learn to pick your battle. Does it make sense for me to even fight over this? I mean, if I'm gonna consider someone my best friend, if they happen to do something so minor, am I gonna blow a gasket over it? No.
Right.
I learn to forgive and move on. But still talk. I'm like, hey, listen, you did this. I don't like it. Don't do it again.
I mean, that's the whole point of a friendship. When you have a best friend, you're supposed to let them know, hey, babe, I didn't like what you did. Whatever else happened, you gotta make sure I let you know this wasn't cool. Yeah. Best friends supposed to stay true to each other and tell each other whatever it is in their faces, not behind their back. Like if you have a best friend that just talk about your back, that's not best friend. If you have to be able to say it to my face, hey, you spend too much money. We need to cut back on this, cut back on that. Or you, whatever it is, you have to be able to sit down and talk to your best friend, because my parents been married for 43, 44 years. And they've been together for 44 years. They are consider each other I think to me, when I look at them, they are so closed. They are such a role model, just like my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. They are such a role model, because when you have one person that you consider someone that you talk to, you do things with, I mean, this is like your ride or die for life. We're bad boy for life.
I think we are.
Listen, we are bad boys for life, forever. My ride or die, my other side of the pillow, my moon to the sun. I don't know, something else, but we are we are eternity. This is what we do. This is what we are. We fight.
You're my ride or die chick. I think I've heard that somewhere else.
I'm not your right. Am I? Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. Anyway, but yes, it's again, as you built the plan for this year, look, set it in a way and set the expectations on on what you want to do to make sure that you continue to grow this friendship. The approach that you want to take, how you want to deal with the differences, and the activities you want to get engaged in to make sure that you continue to grow what you have.
Yes.
At the end of the day, if you're pissed at your spouse or your partner for the whole year, you keep having conflict, it's going to be a tough year.
It's going to be a tough year. Yes. Listen, I know there's tons of great goals out there, but these are the ones that we feel like was really very important. And we have these on our goals for this year that we worked on last year. And we wanted to share those ideas with you guys. So whether if you have your goals already for the new year, or if you haven't had them, add these to your list. And maybe these are some of the ones that you want to work with your partner to make sure that you guys will stay tight together and accomplish some of these great goals, because you want to knock those goals out. You don't want to keep having the same goals every year, but then you look at them, nothing really was accomplished. You know, you want to look back into 2022 and feel like, man, babe, we accomplished so much. We've grown so much. Our mindset changed. There's so much that changed in us, and we want to be able to, you know, keep applying the same pressure every single year so we can be better and do better.
Yeah.
Right, best friend?
Absolutely. And keep in mind all these things we talked about.
You're my other best friend. My mom is my best friend.
Keep in mind those things that we've talked about. They're not something, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna be done with this by March.
No.
Those are year-long things that you must do to make
long-term goals.
You have a complete relationship.
Yes.
So those are things every day, every month, every week you got to keep working at, because you'll only see the result when you get to the last day of the year and look back.
Yes.
And see how much you've grown and how much you've done.
Yes. And I want to just add, are there going to be any hiccups? Heck yeah, there's going to be hiccups. This is real life stuff that we were talking about. You know, it's not going to be a smooth ride for the whole year. There's going to be hiccups where you feel like, hey, he's not my best friend anymore. You know, but just one day, because he got on my damn nerve.
Can't stand this woman.
But, you know, we just want to be real with y'all, because it's all real on this podcast. We're not just faking it. We're not just being perfect. We're being real with y'all. Some of these things are real. They hard to accomplish. I'm not going to lie to you. My husband get on my nerve, I get on his nerve, and then we move on. We learn and we apologize, and then we move on. That's how we grow. That's how we get stronger. That's all I wanted to add. Thank you.
So thank you very much for listening to the podcast on couples resolution.
Yes.
I know it's not the traditional things where you want to lose weight, make money. No. Because as couples, there are certain things that we can do aside from
lose weight.
The typical things that most people jump in at the beginning of the year.
I am not losing weight this year.
So, but thank you for listening. Hopefully this gives you some idea on how you can carry out your plan for the
new year.
And share some comments. I'm sure many of you guys are probably doing different things, but maybe beneficial to us. Because I'd like to tell you we know it all, but we don't. But
we're not experts.
We appreciate you. So Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
We wish you the best 2022. And please don't get sick if you haven't already.
Right.
I know there's some scare out there with this whole COVID thing.
And the
this
other
new
one
variant that's catching everybody.
There's so many of them.
Continue to protect yourself, your family. And check us out on those audio channels. I almost forgot that. So the Spotify, SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio, Apple Podcasts, you know, the usual place you get to listen to. So thank you very much for listening today. And if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe and hit on the notification bell so you can be notified when we put out these new videos. For those of you who've been with us, who's been supporting us since the beginning.
Listen, thank you.
Thank you much.
Thank you. We're going to have some fresh new content for you this year, and you are going to stay tuned. Don't move. Don't hate the channel, and keep on watching us every Saturday.
Keep liking.
And keep liking.
All
and
right.
keep sharing.
We'll see you next time. Peace.